Okay, so let's take a look at all the parts to Open Alright from Nebraska. Okay, so I'm going to put a capo on fret 2 for this one. It's in the key of F sharp minor. Tempo is quite a fast one, about 145 BPM. Let's take a look at the chords first. You've got an E5, kind of classic chord here. All you really need is these two strings here, so 0, 2 there. And then drop to the next set of strings, block the low E string, and you've got an A5 power chord, so 0, 2 there, just using your index finger. Now temporarily there's this kind of cool little bluesy run. So it's got this one chord, we're going to call it A sharp 5. First finger, first fret A, then third finger, third fret D. A sharp 5 or B flat 5. Go up a semitone or 1 fret. You've got a B5 as well. You also got this kind of classic blues thing which we'll go through in a minute. Okay, so there's 4 chords, pretty easy there. I'll put the song structure up on the screen now so that'll help you break down all the individual sections and see all the repeats, etc. All song structures will be in the description of YouTube videos, so you can copy and paste it into a Word file. Cool, okay, so let's take a look at the intro first. Okay, so you've got this cool little one-off intro riff. It comes in on the and of 3, so 1, 2, 3. And what you're going to do is hit the open A and D string, hammer on to the 2nd fret, A and D. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'm doing all this downstrokes. So that's D and G strings, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And. Okay, and then what you've got is going to slide, you put your 3rd finger, it's going to have a pentatonic riff. 3rd finger, 3rd fret B, and hit the open E as well. Slide up to the B and the E strings, like that. 1, okay, so it's a grace note slide. And then 1, and use your index finger to go 3, 0, and 2, and. Okay, so 1 and 2 and. Bring your 1st finger back to the 2nd fret, and you're going to do this kind of 3 and. That's kind of the rhythm that he's doing there. Hammer on, pull off, like that. Okay, 3 and then open B and E strings. That 2nd bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. At speed we'll go 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. A bit faster. Pretty cool little intro riff. Okay, and then basically it's this kind of 12-bar kind of blues kind of thing. So you start off with this classic pattern. It's slightly palm muted, okay? A bit of reverb, kind of crunchy sound you want for this. Okay, there also is an acoustic overdub I can hear on the record, but I'm just doing the electric part today. Keep it nice and simple. It'd be pretty much similar thing, I think, on the acoustic if you don't have the electric. So you're going to start off with this classic blues thing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, if you're just getting stuck into blues, this is a classic kind of blues, Bruce and blues rhythm, okay? So you're going to do 2, 2. I'm using my pinky, but you can use your ring finger if you want. 1 and on the 2 and the 4, you put your ring or your pinky on the 4th fret, just for 1 hit, okay? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, awesome sound there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You do 4 bars of that for the rest of the intro. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So if you're not used to palm muting, you're just going to use that fleshy part of your hand. It's kind of like, you know, if you're driving, getting that biting point on the clutch. If you're not used to that, just start off. If you're not comfortable with palm muting yet, just do that. Still sounds great, and then add palm muting later. Okay, so that's the intro. You got that, and then 4 bars of the E5 pattern. Cool. So now what we're going to do is the 1st verse, 2nd verse, 3rd verse, 4th verse, and then the 5th verse. Okay, so they're all pretty much the same. So the last bar of the 2nd verse slightly different. So you're going to do basically 4 bars of E5. Again, 12-bar blues basically. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then do the same thing for A5. Again, block off that, you don't want that low E string ringing for the A5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 bars of the A5, 2 bars of the E5. And this is a bit more of a stretch, this one, okay? So it's the B5 and you add your little finger on that 6th fret. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, same rhythm, same picking. So it's 2, 4 and 2, 6. Yeah, 2 bars of B5, 2 bars of E5. Cool, so that's all the pretty much all the verses. The second verse, right at the end, you're going to does these cool kind of hammer-ons. Okay, so basically the final bar of the second verse, you're going to go your normal E5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then the final bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. A very cool bluesy lick. So basically that last bar, 1 and 2 and 3, hit the middle finger 3rd fret low E, hammer onto the 4th fret, and then E5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Cool, okay, and that's the second. So if we're going to do the 6th verse now, so 6th verse, the only thing that really changes is instead of the B5 pattern, in the 6th verse he just seems to do this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So basically 2 bars of a normal B5 without that 6th fret. Apart from that, pretty much all the verses are the same. Okay, so let's take a look at the first break. Okay, so these cool hammer-ons here. So, so you can start off with E5 as normal, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and another bar of E5, but we're going to do the hammer-on again and go to the A5. Okay, so you're going to go 1 and 2 and 3, hammer-on, then A5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then A5 again, 1 and 2 and 3 and then that kind of passing chord, A sharp 5, B flat 5, then B5 on the and of 4. Okay, so that bar again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and these are all 8th notes, half of each. Okay, and then basically this cool little accent pattern, which is, if you haven't done this before, it's really cool. So final 2 bars of B5 in the first break, you've got this pattern, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so if I do that slowly, what's happening is palm muting, but then you're not palm muting your accent on the 2 and the and of 3. So these are all 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. After each, so you're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so 1 and 2. So I'm not palm muting on the 2 and the end of 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And the second bar pattern is the accents on the 1 and of 2. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So if you practice that really slowly, because it can be quite confusing with counting it, that's how you get it really accurate. So those last 2 bars again, nice and slowly, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Cool, so let's play the whole of the middle, the first break, sorry, a bit slower. Okay, so 1 and bar 1, bar 2, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and obviously at speed, you know. Sounds great. Okay, cool. So that's all. That's the first break. Let's take a look at the second break now, which comes after the 4th verse. Okay, that's where he does that really, that kind of bit. Goes on for a while on the B5, a really loud bit. So basically you start off, second break, 4 bars of normal, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, bar 3, bar 4, 2 bars of A5. It does change the accent pattern, but this is pretty much what I'm hearing, kind of 4 rounds, so 8 bars in total of the B5. And this is the pattern, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Feel free to use this as a foundation and change it up. So accents on the and of 1 and 3, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then just maybe do 1 accent in the second bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's 4 lots of 2 bars there, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's the really high way. That bit that lasts for 8 bars in total. So that's the second break, and then basically you've just got the outro to go. Again, nice bluesy song. high energy as well, fast. Okay, so the outro basically going to do 4 bars of E5, 2, 3, 4, 1, A5, 2 bars of A5, and this is where it's fading out on record. So E5, 2 bars of E5. That's how I decided to end it. And that's all the parts. Again, nice and simple. If you're not used to palm muting and accenting, this will be a great one for you. A few of those B5, and also palm, the classic. If you just get into the kind of these blues kind of rock stuff, that pattern, it's a great one to learn, and also a fantastic song, great lyrics. So hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Any comments, suggestions, let me know in the comment section down below. Please subscribe and hit that bell icon if you haven't already done that. Any questions about getting files, tabs, you can get the tabs on the JS Music School store, either in PDF format or Guitar Pro format. You can also get these via Subscribe Star codes as well, a bit more value for money on there. Any questions about any of that, let me know. I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye. If you'd like to get Guitar Pro files, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribe Star page or my website, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much. See you on the next one.